can be what you wanna be. Be what you wanna be. You just be what you wanna be with me.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of Happy AF. This is the place to be if you want to live a divinely inspired, purpose-led life. Is that you? My name is Sambowker, and I am so pumped that you've decided to join me here today. Now, who is this for? Who is this episode specifically for today? I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Just hang with me for a second. If you are that person out there that is desperate to live a divinely inspired, purpose-led life, I'm talking a life that you are freaking pumping, like fist pumping in the morning to get out of bed and live, then this is the place to be, because I am super passionate about helping people to tap into their inner fabulosity and create a divinely inspired life, a life where things happen for you, not to you. They are the things that you want to be, the places you want to go, and where you really get to step into being the very best version of yourself. But I tell you who this is not for. This is not for the whiners. This is not for the whingers. This is not for the victims. This is not for the people that are committed to owning a story about how hard life is and how it's not fair and how good things happen for other people. It is not for people who want to believe that, luck is what gets people to be successful. It is for the person who is relentless, who is committed to finding that thing that makes their heart sing, and they will not stop. They will leave no stone unturned. They are committed to living a life happy AF. So if that sounds like you, I want you to stick around, because I promise you, you are going to enjoy today's episode. So I want to share with you, it has been a massive undertaking. I'm talking an epic undertaking of grand proportions to get to be sitting in this chair right here today, okay? If you've been around and you've been following this journey for a little while, I started this show in January, and my mission, my intention, my vision was to basically it wasn't basic. Here was my vision. I'm not even going to downplay it. My vision was huge. My vision, and still is vision, is to help 1 billion people get happy. Now that is just a number, okay? 1 billion people sounds like a lot of people, but I have this kind of feeling that essentially there's only 7.5 billion people on the planet, probably soon to be 8. And if I help one person, and that person helps one person, and that person helps one person, and the simple fact is we pay this stuff forward, very soon we're helping 1 billion people. Okay, so it's just a number, and it's crazy, but it's a number that excites the shit out of me. And I know that the only way I can do that is I need to get out there. I need to get out there, spread the message, find people that are like divinely aligned with my mission and my vision. And who doesn't want to feel happy, right? And here's what I've noticed about people. When they get happy, the first thing they want to do is they want to go out and teach other people how to do it. And so I actually think I'm onto something here. Now, this hasn't always been my vision, or I haven't been able to. I think it always has been something I've been passionate about. I love helping people feel good, and I love helping people get out of their own way, and I love helping people step into their power. But I haven't necessarily been able to articulate it in the way that I currently can. And so I want to share with you how this vision came about, how I've been taking action towards getting there, and why this is important for you if you are not where you want to be in your life right now. So if you are not in the relationship, in the job, if you don't have the finances or the health, the wealth that you want to have, if there is a part of your life that is not how you want it to be, then this is the place to come and hang out, because I'm really committed to helping people not just have one area of their life, firing on all cylinders. I want you to be really crystal clear about all areas of your life, your health, your wealth, your relationships. I want you to be out there living that purpose-led life, right? And when I talk about purpose is just a fancy word for something that gets your heart thumping, right? Something that makes you feel good, something that gets you excited. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to have hard times, but what it means is that you are so clear about where it is you are going, that when the roadblocks and the obstacles and, the things that like are thrown in your direction, the difficulties, the challenges, when they happen, you are able to handle them and overcome them and push through, and you don't find yourself sitting in a puddle in the corner, rocking in fetal position going, this isn't fair, right? Now, I'm not saying you don't have moments like that, but when you are living that purpose-led life, that divinely inspired life, that calling, like that thing that makes your heart sing, what happens is when those obstacles come along, you're able to push through. Now, yes, all right, there might be some tears and temper tantrums. In fact, if you'd been here in my studio earlier today, you would have been privy to one of my many temper tantrums. And that is because I know that to get to where I want to go, I'm going to have to go through some uncomfortable moments. And today's uncomfortable moment was learning how to work this tech. But I got here, and is it perfect? Probably not. Will it get better as I go? Yes. And why am I still here after being at this now for about 12 hours and finally I'm here recording this for you? The reason I'm able to do that is because I am so committed to the outcome. I will not let anything get in my way because I am so committed to what it is that I'm wanting to do. And how I've done that is not only have I gotten really clear on the grander vision, right, which is, okay, I want to help 1 billion people get happy, but how? How am I going to do that? Well, I created a mission statement for myself. Okay, a power statement, if you will. I created it about 18 months ago, and I've worked on it and I've kind of added to it and put a few different pieces together. But this is where it's at right now. And I want to share this with you because I want to explain the importance of being clear, right? Being super clear on what it is that you're trying to do, right? Your vision, your overarching vision, your mission, your purpose. I want to share with you the importance of that and being really clear on that. And then I want to teach you, once you've got that vision, once you are able to encapsulate it and articulate it in the way I'm about to with you, what happens is that the filter, right, between your conscious and your subconscious, which is called the reticular activating system, RAS for short. Once you are really clear about where you want to go, what is important, and what it is that you are trying to achieve, what happens is that everything tends to fall into place and align with you because you are now in alignment with your purpose. So I'll explain a little bit more, okay? I essentially came up with this mission statement that says, I, Sambowker, see, hear, feel and know that my purpose on the planet is to love, lead, inspire, have fun and be a shining light for humanity. My mission is to help 1 billion people get happy, and I am an authentic, courageous, connected leader. Now, I can say that 1 million times in a day, and with, you know, a few different words here and there, the reality is pretty much it stays exactly the same. It says all of the same things. And what happens by saying that is that I now can embody that so that everything I do on any given day is either moving me towards that goal or not, right? And so I want you to think about it. If someone was to ask you, what do you want? Can you articulate it in that kind of a way? Like, do you have a clear vision for the answer to that question, what do you want? Because I would be surprised if you are living the life, if you're living the life that you love, right? If you have your health and your wealth and your relationships and everything is on purpose and you are doing it the way you want to, I'd be pretty certain that if I asked you what you wanted, you would be able to articulate it in as many words, right? But if I said to you, what do you want? And you were like, well, you know, a kind of, that's an interesting question. And, you know, it's interesting because it seems like such a simple question to ask, yet I wonder how often we ask ourselves this question. And more importantly, not only do we ask the question, but how often do we actually know the answer? So I want you to just take out a pen and a piece of paper right now, and I want you to ask yourself this question, what do you want? And I want you to just start answering it, because I think you might find, unless of course, as I've just said before, you really feel like you are living your life on purpose, it is divinely inspired, you're loving life, everything is perfect and nothing wants to change, then chances are you need to answer that question. What do you want? And the easiest thing to do is to ask yourself to look at the different components of life, right? And if you just want to be a bit general to start with, look at your health. What do you want with your health? How do you feel about your health? If you were to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, would you give yourself a 10 out of 10 for your health? Is your nutrition, is your exercise plan? Do you wake up with energy and vitality? Are you sleeping well? Do you fit into the clothes? Do you look the way you want to look? Do you feel the way you want to feel? So go through and have a little bit of a self-assessment on that, right? And then move on. Do the same thing for your career. You know, is your career something that excites you? Does it provide you financial security? Does it provide you financial abundance? Does it excite you? Do you love it? Are you good at it? Is it something that you would do even if you weren't getting paid? You know, these are good questions to ask yourself. Or is your job just a job, right? Something that you do to pay the bills. I once heard a way of describing a job that's done just to pay the bills, and it's just over broke. And that's just not financially, that's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Like if you are doing a job that you are doing predominantly just to earn money and it doesn't make your heart sing and it doesn't make you tick, then I'm telling you, it's time to do a bit of a reassessment. Maybe you need to find something that does make your heart sing. And maybe it isn't your career to start with. Maybe you keep the job that pays the bills, but you find something on the side where you can mentor or be of service or coach someone or do something that you're actually passionate about, something you would do even if you didn't get paid. So I want you to really look at all of the areas of your life, your health, your wealth, your relationships, other relationships that you're in with your friends or your significant other or your children or your parents or your siblings. What are they like? If you were to rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, are you tending to the garden of friendship or are there weeds in your garden? You know, do you find that you are connecting in and doing dinners and having meaningful moments with your beautiful friends? Or do you find that, you know, you're always busy and the conversations you have with them are like, oh, yeah, how are you? Oh, I'm really busy. I've got this on and I've got that on. So I'm excited to share this with you today because I've been working on this vision of mine for some time now, and I've only been able to articulate it in the way that I do now for a little while, right? But what I know, a little while in the grand scheme of things, like 18 months, okay? But I have to tell you that since I started this, okay, I was very clear about some of the goals that I needed to work towards to achieve that. And one of them was creating this little YouTube show, okay? And as I've gone along this journey, it's progressed. I've, in some cases, gone 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, and sometimes it's been 3 steps forward and 10 steps back, and it has not been without obstacles. In fact, there has been plenty of obstacles because along the way, as you are on this journey, I believe you will be given opportunities by your angels or your guides, source, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you believe. Me personally, I believe it's my angels just checking in with me and saying, hey, is this still what you really want? Are you sure? Is this going to serve what it is that your grand scheme of things? Are you on point? And like little tests along the way, because, you know, if you're really going to go out there and this is really something you want, why? Why is it important? Why does it matter to you? Why are you so excited about it? Is it something that, you know, is worth the sacrifices that you might need to make? And so for me, I've found along this journey that I've absolutely had some serious obstacles come up. I've had people come along and want to help me and then disappoint and let me down. And I've had to really reflect and go, okay, so did I do the right thing? Or did they do the right thing? Or what did I get caught up in? And in the past, I have to share with you, coming up against these kinds of roadblocks, I probably would have quit. I probably would have gone, you know what, this is too hard. Maybe this isn't the right thing. And in fact, not only would I have maybe gone, is this too hard? In the past, I may well have said things like, oh, you know what, like the fact that this thing happened over here, maybe I'm not meant to be doing this. Maybe this isn't my purpose. And I would let myself off the hook. How many times have you done that? How many times have you found yourself doing something that you thought was that thing you wanted to do, and then maybe you hit a bit of a roadblock, maybe you hit a bit of a speed bump, and you then justified it and you told yourself a story that let you off the hook from doing it. I don't really know that that's what I really wanted to do. I don't know. Maybe, like if this was supposed to happen, maybe it would be easier. Maybe it would be more in flow. Because those internal dialogues, that inner critic, it's going to kick in, right? It's going to kick in when you have doubt. It's going to kick in when someone else doubts you. And so what I know for certain is that if you are not super clear on where you are going, why it is important to you, then when these roadblocks come up, you are going to have every excuse under the sun to let yourself off the hook. Now, this is the first episode I filmed in the last, well, it's actually the first one you're going to see in probably about 3 weeks. And so I just want to share with you, I made an executive decision that I wouldn't be able to film a couple of episodes for a couple of weeks because I was busy running a retreat. And I made a decision on that. And I was okay with that because it was something that I had planned and I had decided, okay, I'm still going to be doing it, but I'm going to give myself 2 weeks off so that I can really focus on being 100% all in of service for these people. And then I filmed an episode and I allowed myself to get caught up in other people and the way that they wanted to do things. And that was my fault. It was absolutely my responsibility to take ownership of this, but I allowed myself to start thinking I was not capable of doing it by myself. And this is what happens, right? This is what happens. Like as you travel through your journey in life, there is going to be times that you are going to come up against people that are going to maybe perhaps make you doubt yourself. And it's very easy. They can come along and they can actually, wolf in sheep's clothing is the thing that kind of comes to my mind. And you might tell yourself a story that they're doing you a favor. But the reality is that it's not that they're bad people and it's not that they're actively going out of their way to do wrong by you. I see these people that come into your life as a gift and I see it as a journey that you need to go on, because what tends to happen when these people present themselves is that you may well find that you are traveling along on one path and then they may direct you. And so I've often talked about if you are not really clear on what you want and where it is that you are going, then it's very easy to get waylaid by other people's agendas, okay? And we will do it unconsciously when we're in a bit of a pattern of fear, a bit of a pattern of procrastination. And you won't even notice you're doing it till all of a sudden you look back and go, hang on a second, I was heading in this direction and then I went in that direction, and why did I go in that direction? And when you sit back and reflect, you can look at it and go, that's interesting. I actually got caught up in someone else's agenda, but why did I allow that to happen? Because you get to take full ownership of it. And for me, upon reflection, I'm realizing that what's happened is that's been my self-doubt being wrapped up in something that looked different at the time, but really that's what it came down to. I started doubting myself because I listened. I didn't think it was me, but it was my own internal critic, and I got some evidence to back it up. And the next thing you know, I'm on someone else's agenda, and then the rug gets pulled out from underneath your feet. And I've noticed that this has happened to me quite a lot in the last few years as I've continued to up-level myself. And it's not that there are bad people in the world. It's not that people are actively trying to do the wrong thing. It's the fact that as you up-level, what happens is that other people might start paying attention. And I share this with you because in the past, when these things have happened, I might have just thrown everything in. I might have believed that. I might have gone, you know what, I can't do it. I'm no good. Maybe this has happened because I'm not supposed to be here. But I am so committed right now because I am crystal clear on the fact that my mission is to love, lead, inspire, have fun, and be a shining light for humanity and help 1 billion people get happy. I am an authentic, courageous, connected leader. So as I've had these moments of doubt and I've had these obstacles kick in and I've been kicked again and I've ended up back over here and I've ended up not feeling great and all of these different things, I've been able to come back to that one statement that I've now shared with you. That statement has kept me going. So when the self-doubt has kicked in, I've been able to go, hang on a second, no, that's right. I'm here to love, lead, inspire, have fun, and be a shining light for humanity. You don't get to do that without having some obstacles. You don't get to be put in front of the right people at the right time at the right place. You don't get gifted with those opportunities if you're not prepared to get a little dirty, if you're not prepared to rumble, if you're not prepared to get down and fight for what you really want. So I'm really proud to be here today recording this episode. I'm really proud that I have managed to, it is now like 6 p.m. at night, I think, and I got up at 20 past 4 this morning. I got my hair and makeup done at 6:15 this morning with the intention of filming this well over 12 hours ago, and it has taken me this long to be able to get everything right. Now, as I mentioned, is it perfect? No. Will it get better? Yes. But I did do it by going through all of the obstacles, by deciding and committing and being absolutely 100% relentless in the fact that I was going to record a freaking episode of Happy AF today if it fucking killed me, and I have stayed the course. So I hope that this episode comes to you and finds you wherever it is and meets you at the level that you're at right now and shares with you the fact that, you know what, if you give yourself permission to dream big, if you give yourself permission to really ask yourself, what do you want? Take the time to look at what does success look like in all areas of your life, write it down, and then start speaking it into life. What will happen is you will be given the opportunities, you will be given the resources, the people, the timing, the place. Everything will happen as it needs to. But you have to be clear about where you want to go, because if you don't know where you want to go, then you're going to get what you get and you can't get upset. So this episode today is all about being clear on your vision, being clear on what's working in your life currently, being clear on what you could do to improve it, and then taking massive action to go out there and do it. Because if you don't have a plan for yourself, you will live by someone else's plan. And that is not living your life happy AF. That is living your life as a people pleaser, complacent, and just going with the flow and getting what you get. And my experience is that you don't not get upset, you get upset. So anyway, my name is Sambowker. This has been another episode of Happy AF. I hope it's been helpful for you today. Go and like and subscribe and share it with someone. Share it with somebody that you think needs to hear this message today. And I will be here every week giving you the best I can to share all of the things that I'm learning along the way on how to live life happy AF. That divinely inspired, purpose-led life, free from all of the shit that doesn't serve the best version that you choose to be. Have a great night. I love you guys. Big hugs, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
You just be what you wanna